Thank you for joining us here on the ASTV Sports Show. Tavern United Canada Inns, Pembina Highway, right in the backyard of Twins territory. AA hockey. Joining me, Mr. Rob Frank. You wear a couple of hats with the organization. You're a coach as well as the Director of Coaches and Player Development, correct?
Correct.
So how is the season? Camps have already started, tryouts have already started, lots of numbers, lots of good kids coming out?
Yeah, we have many kids coming out. We're right in the middle of our 4x4 camp. It's well underway. So we do 4x4 camps for 9-10-year-olds, and then into the AA program where we do 11-12-year-old Pee-wees, boys and girls programs separately, bantam programs for boys and girls separately, and midget programs for boys and girls separately. The trial process starts on the 12th for female bantams, and then the 14th for most of the rest of the groups, with the exception of the midgets. Midget females is a citywide program. We are hosting a team out of the Twins organization, and that starts on September 20th. And the male midget program starts near the end of September.
So lots of dates in September, not just the beginning of school, but the beginning of hockey for everybody, basically. All the coaches are set. They're looking forward to seeing a good roster of players joining them, I'm sure. What is the one struggle that the organization has in the off-season, if there is any?
Coach recruitment, board recruitment. So sometimes coaches, it's difficult to get good qualified coaches that want to come on and volunteer their time to coach potentially somebody else's kids, and to get good qualified coaches to do that. The boys program, that's a little easier than the female program. In the females, we do have to sometimes go back to parent coaches. Not that they're any worse, just
obvious reasons.
It creates a different dynamic.
Yep.
But that's the recruitment process. We're always looking for people to join the board level and help with coach and player development, help with treasurers, stuff like that. Right now, I think on the board we're just looking for someone to help with social events, social coordinating, and a couple of maybe CPD people, coach and player development people, to work with me.
Awesome. Very cool. So the program's up and running. It's very fast. It's going to run by very quick as well, I'm sure, because hockey season just goes by in a blink of an eye, so to speak. What are the resources that the players and the coaches have within the Twins AA program you'd like to highlight?
Well, the Twins AA program, we have a great group of volunteers that step up, and we run our program with volunteers helping with pennies, scheduling, running the tryouts and the camps. But we also have a lot to offer once you are involved with the Twins program. Hockey nowadays is not just about showing up at the rink 15-20 minutes before, throwing your gear on and playing a game. So we do offer skills training sessions over and above your regular practices with your team. So we use Jets Hockey Development for that. And they do about 8 skill sessions a year we're going to be doing this year. We also offer money towards dryland training. So teams and coaches are able to go out and find their own dryland training, and there's many different avenues for it. Within the budget, they have some money to spend there, and they can also add from their existing team budget to add to that.
So a couple of great resources off the rink as well as on the rink. You talked about the development programs. I mean, obviously for coaching, what's the involvement for coaches in maintaining their status and making sure that they're like at the top of their level to provide that coaching for these players?
Okay, so we do follow the Hockey Canada guidelines, which there's a minimum coaching level for each thing. We do encourage coaches, and we actually will pay them back, for them to go to coaching seminars, skills seminars themselves. Last year, Paul Maurice did one, and we sent a few coaches to it. So when anything like that comes up, we are more than willing to have our coaches go to those. We encourage it. We pay for their certifications if they don't currently have them. For female bantam, for example, a head coach is required to have high performance level coaching through Hockey Canada.
Okay.
And we get our coaches ready to go, and through that program, and it's paid for by the Twins organization.
That's fantastic news to make sure that you're getting great coaching for these young athletes, and the importance of balance of student athlete, making sure your other extracurriculars are being met as well. Tell us about the positive affirmations the coaching staff bring. That's not just new, but it's a breath of fresh air really to coaching that's now more important than ever to maintain a positive atmosphere on and off the ice.
Well, if I'm reading you correct, I believe that it's back in my day when I was coached, we got bag skated and punished a lot.
The lightning strikes and the bags and the 6 a.m. outdoor practices when you realize, why am I out here? I know them well, yes.
So we were yelled at and stuff. Now we really promote positive encouragement, motivation, rather than negative consequence. We do still believe in holding the players accountable for their actions and for what they're doing. So there may be the odd little punishment, but most of it, 90% now, is based on reinforcement of what they're doing right, minor correction of what they're doing wrong, and a very positive attitude on the bench and in practices.
So you hit the nail on the head, like maintaining accountability as well as positive and encouraging reinforcement go hand in hand now in any sport, whether you're coaching or participating. I totally agree, and Lord knows we didn't like those bag skates and the lights off and whatnot, and using your sticks upside down. And remember many of those practices, as you do as well. Are there any specific dates we need to highlight within the Twins organization? Upcoming tournaments or upcoming showcases that are potentially happening with some of these teams?
Well, for our Twins, like the online registration is now closed. The tryouts begin on the September 14th. We do have, our coaches have to worry about travel request deadlines of September 27th. They have to have their deadlines in so that they can book what tournaments they're going to go into. And then our tryouts will be complete at the end of September, around the 30th, for all teams, with the exception of midget boys. And then we have our picture day already for Twins starting October 5th. And then we have the schedule starts October 18th is when the full bore Hockey Winnipeg schedule starts. And then one of our highlights of the year is we hold a Twins Day every year, which every Twins team will play back to back to back throughout the day. We have 8 teams, and they'll play throughout the day, and that is November 2nd this year. Afterwards, we actually have a social for the parents and coaches.
That's awesome.
As well. So,
and which rink is that being held at? Do we know which rink the home rink is?
That'll be at the Richmond Kings Community Center.
Richmond Kings Community Center, November 2nd. Moms, make sure you mark the date October 5th, picture day. Make sure the boys and the girls are looking extremely proper and done up proper, right?
Oh, yeah.
Got to represent well the Twins organization.
Yeah, we get them to wear their jerseys, but we really want them nice hairdos.
There we go. Right on. Rob Frank, Director of Coaching and Player Development with our Twins AA program right in the backyard here on Pembina Highway. We'll be right back with the other Johnson. We'll talk some boxing that's coming up this weekend in the melee between Team Canada and Team Philippines. We'll be right back on ASTV Sports Show.
If you take the first mortgage you're offered, a high interest rate could take your travel budget and send it packing. Before you choose a mortgage, take a second look. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Caisse Financial Group today. If you take the biggest mortgage you can get, you might find your budget can't support other important costs, like buying furniture. Don't let your mortgage weigh you down. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Caisse Financial Group today.